Hello and welcome to another lecture of the course Aquaculture. Today we are going to talk about commercially important marine ornamental fishes. As in case of freshwater fishes, we have discussed different groups of ornamental species. Here also we have a list of different groups of marine fishes which are being used in aquarium or ornamental fish market. Gobies, triggerfish, blennies, angelfishes, clownfishes, damsels, butterfly fish, sea stars, sea anemones. Not all are fishes, but aquatic organisms, you can say, which are being used as um, organisms in aquarium. Gobies are small, colorful species, usually solitary, sedentary, bottom-dwelling fishes. The species include Emblyleotris, Gymnocephala, masked shrimp goby. Then we have flagfin prawn goby. Then we have redhead goby. We have barred mud skipper. Then Atlantic mud skipper, noble goby, brick goby, grey beard pygmy goby. And then we have winter bottoms goby and mural goby, six spot goby, and blue band goby. So, there are different varieties of goby which are the marine species which are being used. It can be found in mangrove ecosystems and mud flats of East Africa and Madagascar, east through the Sundarbans of Bengal, Southeast Asia to northern Australia, Southeast China and southern Japan to Samoa and Tonga Islands. These are some photographs of these gobies that is being shown. Triggerfish, these are often brightly colored fishes of the family Ballistidae, often marked by lines and spots. They inhabit tropical and subtropical oceans throughout the world, with the greatest species richness in the Indo-Pacific. The species recorded are Ballistapus undulatus, orange-lined triggerfish. Then we have queen triggerfish, we have clown triggerfish, titan triggerfish, black triggerfish, we have pink-tailed triggerfish, we have red-toothed triggerfish, then we have yellow margin triggerfish, yellow spotted triggerfish, black bar triggerfish, wedge-tailed triggerfish, then we have half-moon triggerfish and masked triggerfish, very interesting names. These are some of the photographs. Then we have another group, blennies. They are small carnivorous fishes. Most fishes have drab colors which harmonize with their native environment. The species here are like Endemia ray, suckerlip blenny, then blue dashed rock skipper, chestnut eyelash blenny, filamentous blenny, flaming blenny, squiggly blenny, red streaked blenny, red speckled blenny, Persian blenny, cross blenny, leopard blenny, jeweled blenny. Blennies are found in tropical and subtropical waters in the Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Oceans. Some species are also found in brackish and even freshwater environments. These are some of the photographs. Then angelfishes are small to moderate brilliantly colored fishes. They are subject to startling changes of color and pattern as they grow. Favorite aquarium fishes, especially when they are small. And the examples include centropage, bicolor angelfish, what we call black tane angelfish, dusky angelfish, black velvet angelfish, blue ring angelfish, emperor angelfish, then semicircle angelfish. So, this is one of the photograph. Then we have clownfishes, very popular one, are hardy, typically highly colored and are in good demand in the marine aquarium trade. They live in association with sea anemones and also called anemone fish. Clownfish swim with an odd rising and falling, waddling, wriggling motion, which has earned them the name of clownfishes. Major clown species are Amphiprion ocellaris, the clown anemone fish, orange clownfish, two-band anemone fish, Mauritian anemone fish, saddle anemone fish, tomato clownfish, Maldive anemone fish, saddleback clownfish, then Sebi anemone fish. You must have identified this fish by some animation movie. Damsel fish, also called Demoiselle, are a large group that make the family, Pomacentridae, together with subfamily Amphiprion clownfish, what we have just studied, and subfamily Chromini. These are relatively small, primarily tropical marine fish found in the Atlantic and Indo-Pacific Oceans. Many species are brilliantly colored, often in shades of red, orange, yellow or blue. Damsel fishes are lively and quick and are usually strongly territorial and aggressive. Common damsel fishes available include white-tail humbug damselfish, that is Dacylus aerionus, lemon damsel, yellowtail blue damsel, Allen's damselfish, yellow belly damselfish, blue devil damselfish, and blue-green chromis. Beautiful fish, damsels. Butterfly fish. These are small, quick-moving marine fish belonging to the family Chaetodontidae, order Perciformis. Butterfly fishes are found among tropical reefs around the world, but are concentrated in the Indo-Pacific oceanic region. They move about with a flitting, darting motion and are very brightly colored. The major species include four-eyed butterfly fish, the Chaetodon capistratus, spotfin butterfly fish, featherfin bullfish. This is how it looks like. Then we have sea stars, the starfish, not a fish, but that is kept in the aquaria. Starfish, commonly referred to as sea stars, are a large group of marine invertebrates. We know they belong to echinoderms, and largest population of starfish live in the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Most starfish are pentamerous, having 5 arms that radiate from a central disc. A sea star can generate lost arms and nearly its entire body if at least a portion of the sea star's central disc remains there. That is one of the very peculiar characteristics. The major species include ochre sea star, reef sea star, crown of the thorns starfish. This is how it looks like. Then we have sea anemones. Sea anemones are members of the invertebrate order Actinearia, belonging to class Anthozoa. These are soft-bodied, primarily sedentary marine animals resembling flowers. They are largest, most numerous and most colorful in warmer seas. Some live in brackish waters. The common species include bubble tip anemone, condi sea anemone. Then we have delicate sea anemone, long tentacled anemone. This is how they look like. Now, some of them we can discuss a little bit detail about some of them which are very popular, like clownfish, Amphiprion oscillaris. Clownfish has origins in the eastern Indian Ocean and western Pacific Ocean, we have discussed earlier also. And then traditional clownfish colors are the orange body with black and white tipped fins, 3 white bands edged with black along the back of their head, mid body and tail peduncle or caudal peduncle, what we call. Starting with the traditional orange with white and black bands, additional varieties with black or white bodies and various white patterns are now common in the ornamental fish trade. This is how it looks like. They only grow to about 3 to 3.5 inches. They can be kept in smaller aquaria. With their symbiotic relationship with anemones, you are welcome to add few to your tank. Some of the anemones can also be kept there. Clownfish are omnivorous fish, meaning they eat a mix of both plant and animal origin materials. Like most aquarium fish, they nibble at their substrate and anemone home throughout the day. Being warm water fish, their metabolism is constantly churning, so feeding smaller meals throughout the day, that means feeding frequency you will have to increase. You will have to divide the amount of food that you wish to offer this fish into smaller portions. Clownfish are all born male. This is again very peculiar about these fishes. When kept in a group, the largest of the males will undergo transformation into a female. This reproductive strategy is termed protandrous hermaphroditism, and there will be one, the largest one will undergo transformation into female, and the second largest one will act as like male. All others will be only male. So, adult size 3 inches, life expectancy 10 to 15 years. Angelfish, Pomacanthus imperator, they are found widely in the Indo-Pacific region. Sightings have also been reported in Hawaii, or you can say that in other places, Puerto Rico, Florida. In the wild, emperor angelfish congregate along coral reefs in shallow waters. Juveniles prefer hiding under ledges, and as subadults move to reef holes along such channels where meals are plentiful. Adults live in caves and ledges in calmer reef waters, often in male-female pairs, or harems of one male with multiple females. The emperor angelfish juvenile has a bold contrast of royal blue, black and white stripes extending across its body in an arch pattern with spots on their dorsal, caudal and anal fins. Adults are brightly colored with yellow and dark blue stripes horizontally across the body. The mouth will be white or light grey with the forehead and operculum a dark blue to black. This is how beautiful these angelfishes look like. In the wild, one emperor angelfish may have a very large territory, so this will translate to a large tank. That means we will have to keep them in the larger tank. They graze on a variety of foods including algae, invertebrates and corals. In captivity, angelfish can be fed a staple marine omnivore pelleted diet. Supplementation can also be done with dried seaweed, algae-based dried food, frozen crustaceans and a variety of other frozen diets. Although very subtle difference, adult female and male emperor angelfish differ in color. Male will have darker coloration just behind their eyes, and female colors overall tend to be less vibrant. Without having a sexually mature male and female next to each other, it is very hard to differentiate the differences in the two sexes. Adult size is 12 inches and life expectancy is 12 to 13 years. Then we have pink-tailed triggerfish, Melichthys vidua. The distribution of this species extends throughout the Indo-Pacific from Hawaii and the Tuamotu Islands westward through Polynesia, Micronesia, the Philippines, the East Indies and on across the Indian Ocean to the coast of Africa. It can be found from northwestern to central Australia, including the entire length of the Great Barrier Reef. Triggerfish is named for its very pretty pink tail. The body is so dark it looks black, but in reality it is a very deep forest green color. The dorsal and anal fins have a translucent pinkish whitish appearance marked with dark bands at the outside edges, and the pectoral fins have a yellowish color to them. There are no visual differences, obvious visual differences between males and females. It is very difficult to identify the males and females. Adult size 15 inches, life expectancy more than 10 years. This you can see that how beautiful these fishes, these pink-tailed triggerfish looks like. And if such kind of color patterns you can get in your fish, ornamental fish, it can fetch you very high price. In the wild, the fish generally inhabits the shallower waters outside the reef that has very rocky, stony or corally terrain where it can hide. Provide the pink-tailed triggerfish with plenty of shelter and ample room. According to its behavior, you will have to simulate the conditions within the aquarium also. Triggerfish also enjoy rearranging rocks and plants in their environment, so select substrates and plants that can stand up to being shifted around. Not very heavy, gravels and other things. Pink-tailed triggerfish are voracious eaters and will eat almost any meaty food. Here it is written, I mean any animal origin diet you can give. It is helpful to choose harder foods, however, as their teeth continue to grow throughout their lifetime and chewing keeps the teeth from overgrowing. Then we have jeweled blenny, the Celarius fasciatus. Celarius fasciatus is distributed throughout the Red Sea, the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Its base color is a light tan or beige beset with dusky brown bands, numerous pale spots and dark streaks. This fish, jeweled blenny, the Celarius fasciatus, can even alter the vividness and intensity of its coloration to further blend in with the surroundings. You can see here that how beautiful this fish looks, like full of jewels. This jewel fish has low sexual dimorphism, meaning it's again difficult for distinguishing male and female. One physical characteristic that does differ among the sexes are the elongated spines of the anal fin in males, that is in comparison to the female. This fish, S. fasciatus, spends most of its time grazing amongst rubble patches, reef flats, coral outcrops, weedy areas, slopes, mixed coral and sand. Most commonly found in shallow lagoons, seaward reefs and estuaries rich in algae and detritus. Its captive environment should be replete with caves, outcroppings, shelves and overhangs formed from plenty of live rock to feel it at home. There should be at least a third and half of the sand bed exposed. S. fasciatus will explore the entire tank and feel most comfortable when there are plenty of spaces to safely retreat to. It will spend most of its time on the rock or sand bed grazing on algae. Then we have blue damselfish. Blue damselfish are one of the hardiest marine fish species and are often used by hobbyists or ornamental enthusiasts, you can say, to cycle new setup aquariums. One of the most popular and best-selling marine species. In the wild, these fishes are mainly found defending their small territories throughout the coral reef of the Indo-Pacific. This is the photograph. Their environment should have a fine sand to crushed coral substrate and an adequate amount of territory and shelter provided by plenty of live rock. They do not have any special lighting needs, but higher lighting will surely make their vibrant blue coloration stand out. Blue damsel fish are omnivorous and are not picky with what they will accept. They should be provided with a well balanced and varied diet of live, frozen, freeze-dried and vitamin enriched foods such as brine shrimp, finely chopped mysis shrimp and other prepared foods such as spirulina based carnivore and herbivore pellets and flakes. Then we have four-eye butterfly fish. This is very common butterfly fish in the tropical Western Atlantic. It ranges along the North and South American coast from Massachusetts to Brazil, including the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. Beautiful fish, four-eyed butterfly fish. This subtropical fish inhabits shallow coral reefs and related inshore habitats such as sea grass beds. Juveniles are common in very shallow areas like a grass bed or a shallow reef and generally are associated with some particular shelter like a coral head or a rock where potential food sources like algae and encrusting invertebrates can grow. During the day, it feeds on small invertebrates. Its small projectile mouth makes it adapt to feeding in crevices where some of its food likes to hide. The bristle-like teeth arranged in narrow bands in the jaws are useful for scraping and nippling attached invertebrates, mainly zoantharians, polychaete worms, um, gorgonians, and tunicates that make up its diet. The four-eye butterfly, the four-eye gets its name from the large dark spot on the rear portion of the body surrounded by a brilliant white ring. This spot acts as a false eye. A black vertical bar on the head runs down the true eye, making it less visible. This may result in a predator confusing the rear end of the fish for the front end. The adult four-eye has a white body marked with numerous dark, thin lines that radiate diagonally from the mid-body to the top and bottom of the fish. Then we have blue band goby, uh, which is found in tropical marine waters of the Indo-Pacific. In Australia, it is known from northwestern Western Australia and from the northern Great Barrier Reef south to the central coast of New South Wales. It can be found in outer lagoons and the seaward side of reefs. It occurs in a variety of substrates, sand and rubble, etc. It can grow up to 7 inches, having, you know, you need to have large amount of water in order to keep this fish, taking into account its behavior. Feeds on small benthic invertebrates, fishes and fish eggs by shifting mouthfuls of sand. Then sifting, it takes large amount of sand and then filters from that or sifts from that these kind of food organisms that it consumes. Characterized by pale grey body color, yellowish head, bluish curved bar from below eye to opercle, thin bluish white bar on pectoral fin base. Then we have bubble tip anemone. Now come to anemones. The bubble tip anemone is widespread throughout the tropical waters of the Indo-Pacific area, Micronesia, Melanesia to East Africa and the Red Sea, and from Australia to Japan. In India, it has also been reported from Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Large adults are found in dimly lit deep waters where they are often solitary. Smaller young specimens are found in shallow, well-lit areas and they live in groups. It reproduces asexually using longitudinal fission. It is also reported to mouth brood, wherein it broods the embryos for a few days in the oral cavity before releasing them back into the water. So, these are beautiful bubble tip anemones that you can see here. Bubble tip anemone is carnivorous in nature. In the wild, it derives its daily nutrition from its symbiotic algae, zooxanthellae, that dwells within its tissues. Nutrients are also obtained by filter feeding, using its sweeping tentacles to absorb nutrients from the water, or through wastes and debris cleaned from the surface of its resident partner clownfish. Then we have ochre sea star. It can be found anywhere from Alaska to Baja California. It is most commonly found in northeastern Pacific, being that it is a cold water species. However, it is common in bays all year. It can be found on wave washed rocky shores from above the low tide zone to 90 meter in depth. Because they can live in shallow water, they need to survive in these living conditions, including strong surges, big temperature changes by rainfall and desiccation. It is very resistant to desiccation and it can tolerate a loss of 30% of its body weight in body fluids. This is how it looks like. Yellow, orange, brown, reddish or even purple make up the ranging color of this heavy starfish. Basically, it has good size middle disc with 5 stout arms sticking out. On its upper side, it has short white spines in the pentagonal pattern. At this larval stage, Pisaster ochraceus are filter feeders eating plankton. Then it feeds on mussels, chitons and limpets, which they slowly pry upon and devour. Snails, barnacles, echinoids, even decapod crustacea are also eaten by this creature. They are mainly dioecious, the male gametes develop, but later only females ones are produced. So that's all in this lecture of commercially important marine species of ornamental value. Thank you so much.